My name is Garry Collins, Head of the Prevention and Protection Department at Norfolk Fire and Rescue Service. I'm at this fire station. We've got a couple of items we are going to test this evening just to highlight the dangers and importantly the differences between children's wear and Halloween party wear. We're going to be using a standard conventional disposable lighter, a conventional Tealight and a box of matches. And we're going to see how each of the items on the coat hanger here perform when we apply a naked flame to each of them. And hopefully by the end of this you will see the distinct difference between an item that is a Halloween costume and one that's purposely designed for children to wear as nightwear. I'm now going to start with the matches. The first thing I'm going to do is strike the match. I'll come over to this side and see if we can ignite the children's wear as the first test. So I'll just allow that to apply it directly to the material, and as you can see there is some slight shrinking back of the material which is resistant to ignition, and there's no physical damage. I will just try it again at the very bottom of the material. Let's see if we get a different result there. Again, we're getting some damage, but as per the front, with no ignition. I'm now going to move on to the second item. The key difference is that this is low flammability. This is standard costume that's not protected by any regulations. So again, I'll apply a naked light, and as you can see instantly it turns to flaming combustion. I'll just demonstrate that again. It's exactly the same test. You can see there's no scorches or burn damage here, yet if we do exactly the same to the item that's untreated, we instantly get the clothes readily ignitable. That's with a match. I'm now going to move onto a Tealight, ignite a Tealight and do exactly the same test again. Moving on to our second test, I'm now going to test a conventional Tealight, again applying a naked flame to the front of the item. It's perhaps a bit more difficult to get that into contact. Again, we can see some slight damage, but the item importantly is resistant to ignition. I'll try it at the bottom. And again you can see the resistant properties preventing the item igniting. Okay, and now we're going to move on to the second item, the Halloween outfit. And again apply the naked flame, and as you can see instantaneously we have ignition. I'll just demonstrate that once more. We apply a heat source, and before it even comes into contact with the item it readily ignites and quickly spreads. So I'm now going to move on to a conventional disposable lighter. Again, another source of a naked flame in the home, similar to a candle or a match, a slightly greater degree of heat output, so we should see a slightly more enhanced result from this test. So again, a naked flame, I will apply to the first item. On its surface, and as you can see, it is resistant to ignition. I'll now try at the bottom. And again, you'll note that again, the item as intended is resistant to ignition. I'll move on to our second item and try the same test again. And without even coming into contact, we can see instantly that not only have we got ignition, that ignition is spreading to other items and will continue without intervention. The point in relation to the items looking similar, they're both 100% polyester, although this item has been treated and it's low flammability, whereas the costume doesn't have to conform to any regulations, therefore doesn't have any fire retardant properties. So ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the part of the test, and I hope you can now see from the evidence you've got from this test, there are dangers with Halloween costumes. Make sure they're properly fitting, take care, and if the worst does happen and this catches light when it comes into contact with a naked flame, our recommendation is stop, drop and roll, smother the flame, wrap a rug or a coat or a blanket as quickly as possible, seek medical attention, call the fire service, get out, stay out and call us out. And also in relation to bonfire safety, let's make sure we go to organised events, we don't have a loose item of clothing, we don't carry fireworks in our pocket, and actually ideally go to an organised event and ensure all your children are supervised at all times. As we have in this test, make sure you've got some precautions, extinguishers or water or hose, and we'd like to close by wishing you a safe and happy Halloween and a safe and happy bonfire evening. Thank you.